I was really looking forward to the Wild Hearts launch for months, but EA... The game works when I don't stream, to be fair. Welcome back, Classic Crew, to a start of a new hunting journey through Wild Hearts. This is Journal 1, where I will play through all of Wild Hearts and document my journey. Should I make a pledge? I would love to, but first, EA's got to get this game under control before I make a pledge, because this game is broken, especially if you're playing on PC. You probably can't play much of it. PC, it's fully across the spectrum of people just can't play the game. In some cases, it's not launching. Now, we're way past launch date already, so I don't want to get too much into it. But we're a few weeks after launch, and I still can't reliably stream this game. I have two computers. I stream from two different locations now, as my life takes me across two cities. Here at this location, my OG location, I've got a pretty decent PC, and it can run the game okay on medium settings, but as soon as I turn on my streaming software, I'm running off of a Ryzen 7. Like, that's a higher end CPU. And the game's FPS just tanks when you get into a fight, so I can't stream it here. Now, at my other location, what I call Studio 2, I just recently built a new PC there, which also uses a Ryzen 7. Over there, it runs fine. I was actually able to play on launch day over there. So I can only play when I'm over there. I can't play when I'm here. Even when I put it on low settings, it just doesn't work. At the other place, I can play on high settings and stream, and it's okay. And it looks like some people with higher end PCs, if you're not streaming, you probably have less issues because it doesn't mess up your computer. Now, EA has acknowledged that there are problems. I think that there's a bottleneck at the CPU where they're not using all the threads of a CPU, which is mind-boggling in 2023 why you would bottleneck there. So I'm still holding out for a patch to drop so I can reliably play this game constantly every Tuesday on twitch.tv/AJOfficial. I had covered this game on through the media event, so I already covered a little bit of my impressions of the game, and I love it. You can always see my impressions. I compared a lot to Monster Hunter. I think that there's a lot of good stuff. If you love Monster Hunter, you're gonna love Wild Hearts. They have a lot of new ideas in here. They have new weapons to try out. I can't recommend this game enough. It's just, they have to get over their stupid launch thing. Oh, and don't even get me started on the whole play before launch day. I gave EA stupid money, and by stupid money, I mean like $10, to play the game early through their EA early access business. The game didn't even launch. I lost $10 basically. Through the media event, I only got to fight the three monsters that I've already fought, the Rage Tail, the Sap Scourge, and the King Tusk. But the rest of the game was not accessible to me in that media event. So here, on my first stream, I got to actually experience a little bit more of the game. And I have to say, the combat is the same as when I played in the media event. I have access to more weapons, more menus now, and I actually got to see the town Minato. And voice acting got fixed too, so all of that got fleshed out. And I have to say, the story, I was hoping for more. If there's one thing, let's start at the bottom of the ladder. Where I'm disappointed, more disappointment, EA launch, and then the story. It's overly dramatic, and I don't understand why. As soon as the game starts, you start talking to this guy, Mujina, who's like some old man with a mask, and he's all like, oh, welcome to the land in the east. Who are you? And I get that. I think they're world building the backstory of the hunter, which is all right, but he's so slow. He talks so slow, and everybody else talks so slow, and they're not really talking about anything interesting. They're just like, okay, so you've got Mujina, I think that's his name, who's mystical and old and sort of guiding you, but asks you questions and riddles sort of guy.
This is my visage. Underneath, there is nothing.
Creepy.
And everything.
Confusing.
Not a sight for the faint-hearted.
Disturbing. Then there's Natsume, who is the first girl, the first person you save, and she turns out to be the blacksmith. She's probably got the most charm out of anything in this game, because she actually is a little bit overexcited about things, which is okay. She gives me hand butter vibes, and she's kind of adorable because of that. She's slightly annoying, but not too much. She brings life to the game. And then there's Ujishige, which is the next person you save, who's a dude who loves his sake. I can get behind a dude who loves his sake. And again, I want to like him more, but he hasn't given me a reason to. He's just kind of there. And
so, started to feel at home yet? Really? Well, good for you then.
The whole thing is like, go to Minato. Okay, I save people, and they're all like, we all want to go to Minato, but we can't. The way to Minato is blocked. And so I hunt these things, the kimonos, and we make it to Minato. And then everybody's happy because we're living in Minato. The blacksmith's blacksmithing for people. The drunk is now surrounded by people to drink with, and I have a house. And now what? Now I gotta fix their windmill. So now I gotta go hunt more kimono to fix the windmill, so I can go across the sea and do more things. Like, I'm not driven as to why I'm. It's just. It's like the tone is more dramatic than Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is kind of like silly, quirky. Here it's just like, the kimono, they're gonna hurt us a lot, but let me just go on about nothing. Like, I don't know what it is about this game that I was expecting so much more from a story perspective. Anyways, it has underdelivered greatly. I really hope something picks up. So far, I'm not really motivated, and it's a testament to how fun the hunts are. That, you know, I want to fight the monsters because they're fun to fight, not because the story is giving me a reason to fight them. So, and then on the story side, there's also it's like we're in Japan, because sometimes they drop, even though all of my settings are in English, they drop random Japanese words in the English. So like they'll just be talking, and randomly they'll just be like,
Sorry, I'm Natsume, a blacksmith from Minato.
So that's a little weird when they're talking English to you, and then just randomly they're like, insert Japanese in like fluent Japanese. It's a little weird. The character creation. Let's talk about the first barrier to any major game like this. Oh my goodness. Probably the best character creation screen I've ever seen, which is lost on me because I have no patience to build a perfect character. I love it when a game is like, this is what your character is going to look like. Here's your character. I get it's not good for like immersion, but you know, when I play like something like Mario Brothers, give me Mario. I will learn to love the character you give me. In Zelda, give me Link. Sure, I don't want to customize him. Just give me a character I can embody. Link is perfect. He's actually, did you know they named him Link because he was supposed to be the avatar of the player? And he's built in a way that I guess everybody can relate to somehow. So if you like character creation, this game is definitely for you. This is the first time I decided to create a woman as a character, and I named her Jace. Very original. I don't know. I just figured let's create a cute character, and let's try. Because this was a game I was expecting more story, I didn't think like I needed to embody the character as much. When I'm trying to embody the character, I do tend to prefer building a male character in game. But in this one, since I felt like it was more a narrative-driven game, I'm like, let's put a female character in it and see her story. And to some extent, it kind of works. To some extent. So then from there, we fight an ice wolf. It's basically a tutorial mission. He whoops the floor with you. Cool fight, though. And then we see Big Monster. Like, this is a freaking, what's it called? Oh my goodness. Zor. That's like a Zelda character. Then I got into training, which was actually, I got to learn a lot of stuff here. I got to refine. I love the longsword. The longsword's the way I'm going with. I love that you can like charge it up and then you can unleash it into a chainsword. So I learned to do that more reliably, which is not something I could do during the media event very well. Then I played around with the maul. The maul I've learned. So the other weapons weren't finalized yet in the demo. So the maul is amazing, but it is really hard because it is time-based. So you like slam and you have to, it's almost like a rhythm game because you have to hit the button at a certain point to go like bam, boom, bam. But if you pull it off, like 700 damage on basically the base weapon, when little hits do like 40 damage to have a 700 finisher. Oh, so satisfying to land that, but too hard for me, not playing it. Then there was the Wagasa, I think it's called the Wagasa, the umbrella, the parasol. I could see myself loving this weapon. It's just a little too technical for me right now. I want to have fun with the game a little bit on like easy mode, if you will. And I feel the katana is kind of easy mode. It is starting to feel a little bit too easy after a few hunts where you're pretty much spamming like 2 buttons to just go whoosh, 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 whoosh. And I can see myself wanting a little bit more technicality in my fights after a while. So I think once probably I'll go through the game with the katana, and then I'll probably start grinding around with the Wagasa just as I learn the monster moves and I can parry them, because it's a parry weapon. I think it could be super satisfying because like there's parts you parry and then it charges your umbrella and then you throw it and it goes like, it spins and goes and just like does so much damage. It's really cool. The Nadachi, I'm not really feeling it, honestly. I'm not going to talk much about it. And there's one weapon I have yet to play. I didn't play it in the demo. I haven't played it on stream. The bow. I don't know what it is, but I don't play these games for range, even though I think the bow is going to be way better in this game than in Monster Hunter. I have yet to equip it because I ran out of parts to build it. I haven't played bow, so I can't comment on it. The other thing that wasn't available to me during the demo was the weapon tree. I love this thing. It's like huge map of how you can build and customize your weapon. There are skills that you can unlock. You can increase attack stuff. What I didn't know is as you make your way through the skill tree, the skills stack on each other. So I'm like, oh, that's amazing. You don't have to choose. You just carve out your path and you just add the skills you want. And then if you want to build another weapon with a different skill set, you just start at 0 and you go through the tree and you build it how you want. I love this. I can't stress enough how much I love this. I love it. Also on the armor, I love the armor layout. I don't think I could comment on this during the demo. I love being able to see all the armor side by side like that, and you can like build and just like move to the right. I didn't know that there was a human and a kimono like affinity in your armor pieces after a while. I don't quite understand that. I understand that there's basically an affinity, but I don't know what that means from a gameplay perspective yet. So can't really comment on that. The food buffs, I also was not aware of. That I could see myself getting annoyed with just because there's too many options, but I'll probably find my go-to combo eventually and just like eat food. I just feel it's another buff I have to worry about that I otherwise would rather just not think about. The soul grabbing in the monster is something new that I couldn't do in the demo for whatever reason, but basically when you hit a monster enough times, his like insides are showing. It looks like a big blue like soul thing. You can climb on the monster and you can basically like punch in there and absorb it to get more threads to do more like of your building stuff. It's so badass. Like you're fighting something that's coming out, you jump on it and then you just punch it and you pull all the stuff out of it. That I really like. It's almost like mounting in Monster Hunter, but different, which is good. I like that. So I finally made it to Minato, and again, the tone is weird. The next monster I've seen, the kimono, is a poisonous bird. It does a ton of damage on me, so I don't know if this is the one I'm supposed to do next. There's a bunch of side quests I want to do. I just want to like spend some time in the levels, searching things, fighting these things a little like the kimono more to get more familiar with them, get more parts, upgrade my armor. I love how the armor sets look too. I just love the design of this. It's all so good. I just wish the story was more charming. I wish the characters and story was more charming, because that's one thing I thought Monster Hunter had no story, but at least it has charm, and charm can take you a long way. Other things I dislike is the freaking camera. The camera can be your greatest enemy. Sometimes you're just you get hit because the camera goes behind a tree or something, and it's weird. It's wonky. And there's a lot of like artifacts between trees, rocks, and stuff. And I actually got stuck in a wall because a monster pushed me into it. It's those are the things that make it a little bit less smooth, but otherwise, the game super fun. Really like the battle. Another like little I forget what they're called, but the things to build. I've unlocked one new thing, which is the flame sword. So I basically put a torch up, and if I walk through it, I like unsheath my sword in it, and it becomes like full of fire. Then I can just basically attack with a flame sword, which is really cool. So yeah, once the game is balanced so that I can play it reliably, I will make a pledge, because I think I will want to do more than just get to credits on this game. I might dabble with 100%, but I really need this game to be stable to pledge that. So for now, we're just working our way till the credits to experience the story and all the monsters. And if you've started playing this, let me know what you think. Otherwise, I will see you on the next journal or on the stream over at twitch.tv/HeyJayOfficial. Until next time, keep it classy.